guys, welcome to yet another game from the Olympiad 2024 in Budapest. Here we have a game between no other person than our World Championship challenger, IIGukesh, and from India, of course, and then Adam Kozak from Hungary. We are going to have these two players fight. I think Adam is currently about number 5 rated player in Hungary. Maybe something like that. But this game was interesting because it's a classic example of minor improvements and minor mistakes over time culminating to a big advantage. One mistake at a time, slight mistake, slight inaccuracy, and the advantage builds up until we get the final blow, a big, brilliant move in the position. All right, let's jump right into it without much ado. Gukesh opens with d4. Kozak goes knight f6. We get c4 in this position going into the Queen's Gambit, one of the Indian defenses. We get e6. And Gukesh develops his knight to f3. Kozak decides to go bishop b4 check. This is what we would call the Bogo Indian. So usually you may get a move like this, and we will get this bishop development like this, and this would be the Nimzo Indian. But in this game, we have a different move order. Gukesh goes here, and Kozak gives this check. This is called the Bogo Indian. Gukesh blocked with the knight and check. The bishop is not really hanging technically because the knight can simply block. And then Gukesh continues development. We have a trade here. Knight, rook. He took the knight back, and Gukesh develops the bishop. When I looked at their game, when they got to this position, I thought, okay, maybe Kozak is just going to trade the dark square bishop. I mean, most of the time GMs don't want their opponent to have the 2Bs or whatever, right? So I thought he was going to trade the bishop, but he did not trade the bishop here. And Gukesh retreated his queen. Kozak developed his bishop. Gukesh castled, and he decided, okay, you didn't take the bishop. Well, now I'm not going to let you have the bishop anymore. And that's actually the best move in the position. So far, nothing crazy has happened. Kozak has not made any serious mistake. Gukesh, of course, has not made any serious mistake. The players have just developed their bishop, but Gukesh has a stable advantage with the white pieces here of almost 0.6. But nothing out of the waters. Kozak goes a5, Gukesh goes b3 here. Kozak begins to maneuver the knight. Okay, from here out, you're going to see a lot of maneuvering games, or a lot of maneuvering going on in the game, and the advantage will keep growing and growing and growing for Gukesh. The reason I look at these games most of the time, really, is that I'm seeing how these guys play chess, right? They're making moves that you would consider nothing out of this world. They're just normal moves. But you see the advantage begin to swing in favor of one player over the other. And that is what we have. Gukesh develops the bishop. Kozak strikes, another inaccuracy. Gukesh goes a4. So far, the advantage is stable at 0.6, 0.7. Kozak lifts the rook. The advantage is increasing for Gukesh. Gukesh retreats the knight. Kozak brings the rook. The advantage suddenly swings to +1. When I don't understand the moves myself, I'm just looking at what is going on here. I'm looking at the position. What exactly is he doing wrong? Gukesh goes f3 in this position, kicking away the knight, and retreats the bishop. Maybe he wants to be able to play for e4 here, or maybe he wants to reroute this knight to this square. And Gukesh begins to do that. Of course, he begins to reroute the knight. He drops the bishop again. He's going to try to play for e4 here. We saw this in the game between Shakriar Mamikjarov and the player from Jordan, right? The 1900 from Jordan, where the 1900 did everything and managed to get the e4 push here, and Shakriar Mamikjarov was basically begging for a draw in that game. Kozak brings the knight over to this side of the board. Gukesh continued to develop. The players are just maneuvering here, and there you go. Gukesh finds a pawn break, c6, or c5 rather. The rook is retreated Bishop develops. The knight comes in. The queen steps out of the way. They are just, it looks like they're shuffling pieces, but if you turn on the engine here, it's already +2 for Gukesh. They have the players have shuffled pieces back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, but somehow Gukesh has a +2 advantage in this position. Material is equal, but one player is positionally lost. This is fantastic stuff. Gukesh developed his rook and doubled up on the c file as if he wants to capture here, right? That's the threat. The queen steps back, more maneuvering, trade. It looks like a free pawn, right? But if you capture that pawn, of course, you're not going to have a queen anymore. And we get this trade. The knight comes in and Gukesh picks up the pawn. So this is the first time that either of the players is going to be up material in this game. The knight captures, the bishop drops back. Gukesh does not trade the rook and basically give up this file, I guess. I don't know why. The maneuvering continues. Bishop pins the knight, but now the pawn is able to intercept. Trade, and the pawn marches all the way, as you can see, to a6. Now, that is very scary. The rook blocks. Gukesh develops the queen, hits the pawn. You can see a lot of threats are building up in this position here. Kozak plays rook d8 here. Gukesh drops the queen, eyeing a different pawn. Kozak pushes the pawn. There's a trade, and here we have it. The pawn has arrived on b5. If you trade on this square, first of all, we don't know what's going on with this pawn, right? The queen, the queen is moved to c7. Gukesh trades, brings his bishop. Now you have 2 pawns on the 6th rank here, going down to become a queen. Gukesh, Kozak reroutes the knight to defend, or I guess add pressure on this pawn. And in this position, ladies and gentlemen, what will you play? If you were playing with the white pieces here, this is a great pause the video moment. Find the move that Gukesh played in this position to seal the deal and basically say lights out to his opponent. There are a lot of moves that are possible. Some persons may want to play queen c3 to threaten mate. You may want to play maybe bishop e2. I guess bishop e2 is a move here to bring the bishop around the other way, maybe. There are a lot of possible moves that you could make in this position. In this position, Gukesh played rook takes d5. Rook takes d5. Brilliant move. The computer gives this move 2 exclamation mark. Rook takes d5. Brilliant move. After this move, there's nothing to play for anymore. Look at this. If you capture the rook with the knight, if you capture the rook, then queen takes e4 check. And where is this king going to? Right? Look at this position. Where is the king going to? You have to go rook f5. You have to start giving up material. And king g8, you have to go this way. What? Oh, you even grab the knight with check first. Queen takes d5 check. Look at this. Already white is up material. The 2 pawns are still threatening to go down the board. What is here to play for? And it just lost, right? It just lost. So rook takes d5, and you cannot capture the rook. If you capture the rook, you lose all your material or you get checkmated one way or the other. So Kozak decides to play to develop the rook here. Computer actually says you can just play bishop takes c6, at least eliminate one of these pawns that are marching down the board. I guess bishop is going to take, queen will take, and computer says you should just trade everything down here and go rook d7 check, right? So this is still completely winning. This pawn is going to march down, the bishop is going to support the pawn, the rook is going to come down, and you win the game basically. So that was going to be the only try to give up the bishop or to trade on this square already. Kozak did not do that. Instead, he plays rook f7. Gukesh takes here. Queen takes e4 check. King g8, and Gukesh played the move Queen d4. Queen d4 basically threatens mate on h1, and there is no good move. You cannot escape it. There's no good way to play this. Wait a second. What am I doing? You go rook check, force the queen to the back rank, and queen takes d8. What am I smoking? Queen takes d8 will just be checkmate because the bishop covers the g7 square. So there was literally nothing to play for in this position. So on queen d4, Kozak Adam resigned the game. And this is a very fantastic game. I wanted to show you guys the game between Ding Liren for China and his opponent, but that game ended up being a draw. So Ding Liren did not manage to win his game against his opponent. He has slight advantage at some point in the game, but he did not convert that into a win, or he did not win the game. And so, yeah, there you have it. It is Gukesh that manages to win. And by the way, who do you guys think is going to win this tournament? You can let me know in the comments. Who do you think between Gukesh and Dingliren is going to be winning the World Championship match that is going to be coming up very soon? You guys can let me know as well. All right, keep having a good time, you guys. If you find any interesting game, once again, please let me know. Show me these games. I am seeing positions I have played before, but I am seeing them played like I have never played them before. And I would like to improve my chess, of course. I would like to learn and get better. So you guys help me out. Show me all the interesting games from the tournament, and I will cover them as well and show you guys, share with you guys what I think about each of these games. Until next time, I will see you guys soon. Keep having a good time. Enjoy chess. Bye-bye.